Good day everyone, I am Reina Fabital from BE Ed 2B. So last reporter, which is Miss Sebastian, discussed talented and giftedness. Now my report is all about musical giftedness. Under it is about learners who are gifted and talented. One of these is music. But first, let us see the learning objectives. At the end of this report, the learners should be able to A. Discuss the meaning of music, music-oriented, and its characteristics. B. Identify the sign of a musically gifted child. And C. State if musical talent innate or acquired. And now, let's define what is music. It pertains to vocal or instrumental sounds or combined in such a way as to produce beauty of form, harmony, and expression of emotion. So, it has a momentum when combined both vocal and instrument. It expresses also different feelings. Music is also a form of art that uses sounds organized in time. Music is also a form of entertainment that puts sounds together in a way that people find interesting or dance to. Music-oriented. It refers to a person who has musically gifted or musically intelligence. So basically, it means that the individual's general attitude towards music or how they communicate to music. Next slide is the music characteristic. Music is comprised of sounds. Music is made up of both sounds and silences. Music is intentionally made art. Music is a humanly organized sound. So now let us proceed to musical giftedness. What is musical giftedness? Musical intelligence was defined by Howard Gardner, author of Frames of Mind, the theory of multiple intelligence, as an individual who likes to sing or whom along to music, appreciate music, may play a musical instrument and remember songs, melodies. So, musical intelligence or music smart refers to the skill in the performance, composition, and appreciation of musical patterns. People with musical intelligence such as Beethoven and Ed Sheeran have an ability to recognize and create musical pitch, rhythm, timbre, and tone. Next bullet. Musical giftedness is more than memory and having appropriate motor skills. It is also having an effective response to music and a will to generate an emotional response to the music one is playing. So we all know that children who grow up to be a great musicians often show a fascination for sound even as babies. All children are interested in sounds, but most children quickly turn away after a short while, finding something else in the environment of interest. Sa mga bata na gifted sa music, sa paraang ito nila na-express ang sarili nila. So, lahat ba tayo ay gifted in music? No, certainly not. But everyone has a musical mind. Evolution has provided the human species with the ability to process, appreciate, and use musical behavior for a variety of purposes. It has been suggested by scientists that human musical ability is related to birds singing. So everyone has a relationship to music, but not everyone has the capacity to develop the general ability into something more spectacular. Ibig sabihin, meron talagang mga tao na ang hilig ay music. Ito ay nagsisilbi sa kanilang stress reliever. So next slide is the sign that child is musically gifted. One is musically responsive movement. One of the key indicators for musical talent in young kids is show they respond to music with their bodies. Ang isang batang may taglay na husay sa musika naturally feels all the elements of music. Mapapansin natin sa mga bata na kahit wala siyang hawak na kahit anong instrument in music, they follow along with their bodies. Mapapansin natin kung tugma ba sila sa beat ng music. Do they express the style and emotion of the music? If yes, then it's a good sign for a musically talent. Number 2 is respond to good and bad sounds, or your child appears to notice when an instrument is out of tune or a song is played in a wrong key. A quick test you do for your student to see how aware they are of sounds is to have them listen to good and bad performance. Specifically, put them into a play groups which are out of tune and spot. In this way, we could know how much the child loves appreciate the good and bad sounds. Because most students or adults may not notice poor tuning unless it's really obvious. A student with high oral awareness will respond negatively to out of tune playing. 3. Listening for music in the world, or your child often talks about music or asks to listen to music. Musically gifted children tend to get more stimulation from music than from any other activity available to them, which is a strong indication of musical talent. For just like example, tapping pencils or objects rhythmically, hearing and singing back the sound of bird or a bell, being drawn to the sounds of the world, making random noises with their voice to augment another sound in the world, enjoying sounds back they hear. 4. Hearing songs or melodic ideas all around, or your child can identify a song after hearing only a few notes. Along the same lines, a musically gifted child will be able to find songs by recognizing from only a few pitches. While this ability isn't that uncommon, it does indicate degree of musical awareness that does not come automatically to everyone. Children with disability alone might not necessarily fall under the category of musically gifted, but they definitely have strong musical potential. 5. Instrument playing by ear. Moving farther down this road, a student with high musical ability will be able to play an instrument and easily figure out songs they've heard before. So in this, we can notice that a child easily attract or recognize a music once they already heard it before. 6. Matching pitch. Another good sign of this talent is how well a student matches pitch with their voice. A gifted child in music will be able to match your pitch whether you sing it or play it on an instrument. But note, this doesn't mean that they will be able to tell you the correct specific pitches. This would be more like perfect pitch, which is related but different. 7. Picking out harmony lines. One of the most difficult things in music is to play and pick out harmonies. This is also one of the elements of music which is the most emotionally impactful. For musicians, even at the secondary or collegiate level, hearing and picking out harmonies to sing and respond to is difficult. It takes work to get and good at this. The child or student may be more talented in music if they can pick out and sing along with harmonies of pieces at a younger age. A few students will even be able to improvise their own harmonies intentionally. Number 8. Your child tends to spend extensive periods of time fiddling around on a musical instrument. For musically gifted children, a musical instrument can be like a magnet. They seem to derive endless pleasure from trying out different notes and simply experimenting with sounds, often spending hours on end on this task without losing interest. 9. musical people in their family. This isn't a sign you will see, but you are able to look for it. Musical talent, in its natural form, does have a strong relationship with genetics. If a child or a student comes from a family with musical talent, the child has a much higher chance of being talented himself or herself. This will probably be further impacted by the emphasis on music the household will naturally place. 10. Sustained focus on music. Young children have a limited attention span and a hard time focusing, but those with natural music gifts understand music easily. They don't get bored with music and longer pieces. So with this sign, a child are able to listen to a longer piece without getting squirrely. They can sit and play with an instrument or toy instrument for a long period to figure out songs and make up their own. Children of all ages and types love music, but those with a little more can focus for surprisingly long periods of time. Last is enjoy music, perhaps the most important sign of all. Does your student or child enjoy music? There can be some great talent in your child, but if they don't love music, then they won't want to do it. If you force them into it, it won't matter how much talent they have. Eventually, they grow to hate it and give up. Nurture a love for music through play, exploration, and teaching, and your student or your child will have a lifelong friend. For our last slide, is musical talent innate or acquired? What do you think? Many believe that some musicians are born with a natural ability to play music, while some must work twice as hard to learn. I think it's innate but also acquired. Acquired because of the environment that we live in, especially when the environment that we live in has a many musically professional, we can acquire it. Musical talents is a matter of aptitude, not instinct. Some people are born with greater aptitude and they develop skill on a musical instrument much faster than do others and rise to higher stages of advancement. Before I finish it, I want to leave some things that we could understand about talent and ability. Do not confuse talent or potential with ability or skill. Talent is something you are born with. It's a gift you did nothing to acquire. Ability is something you work at to achieve. How hard you will determine how much skill you acquire. That's all my report, and these are the references. Thank you for watching.